Gang, welcome back to another goddamn video. Today we are actually going to talk about an ascension path all the way to 20 plus grand months as an online fitness coach. If you do not know me, I am Jack Rayner. I'm the owner and founder of the Coaches Trainer. I used to have a fitness business, scaled it to around £90,000 every single month. Now I teach you guys how to do the same exact thing. Okay, so we're notoriously known at the Coaches Trainer. We're notoriously known for the mentorship that gets you from 0 to 6 figures a year. So I'm basically going to show you what it takes to get from 0 to 5K, 5K to 20K, and then 20K plus, okay? And I actually wrote an Instagram story just now, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to make a video on this because I think it's actually easier to explain versus an Instagram story, of course. But I also kind of felt inspired to actually make this right now, just because I've got some creative juices going and flowing. And 3 monsters. Right. So I basically put, and I've got a lot of questions on this, so I thought I'd just break down every single one. So I basically put from 0 to 5K a month, attack sales, from 5 to 20 grand a month, attack sales, retention, and referrals, and then 20K per month plus attack sales, retention, referrals, upsells, cross sells, heavy emphasis on AOV, LTV, and team. So I'm basically going to explain the whole thing here. So sit back, relax, get a fucking monster in you, and you can listen to me talk shit. So 0 to 5K is notoriously going to be the hardest stage of any person's business, because if you're at 0, you have to learn how to post content, how to speak on camera, how to sell to someone, so get them on a sales call, how to sell to someone on a sales call. You have to learn how to onboard them. You have to learn how to coach them. And you have to learn to get them to their goal, right? And then offboard them, right? So it's like you have to learn all of these mechanisms really fast if you want to scale fast, right? Which is why the 0 to 5K a month is going to be like it's going to be the longest phase of your business. It's going to be like you're going to be stuck there longer than you are from like 5 to 20, for example, right? And I'll show you how in a second. But if I had to start my online fitness business all over again, I would genuinely just attack sales. Sales is going to be your by far the highest ROI you're ever going to get here, okay? Because effectively, if you are selling like £1,000 packages, you only need 5 every single month. Obviously, you want some back end monthly recurring off the back of this as well. So you want to like stabilize a business. You don't want it to be volatile, because I've mentored over 1,000 online coaches. The coaches who are the most frantic are the ones who sell just pay in fulls, and they start every single month at 0. It just sucks. So all you want to aim for is a sales pattern, a sales cycle that allows for monthly recurring and some pay in full injections. At the Coaches Trainer in service, we actually have a pricing structure, pricing system that works phenomenally well. That's a trade secret. So if you want that trade secret, then you can DM us on Instagram or click the link down below. There is a website basically going through everything that we do anyway. But effectively, if you are at 0 to 5 grand a month, I would fundamentally, wholeheartedly attack sales. Don't worry about anything else. Obviously, you have to worry about coaching and stuff like that, but put all of your energy into content and sales. Content and sales. I'm going to hazard a guess, and I've worked with loads of coaches. I'm going to hazard a guess is you're pretty passionate about coaching, which is good, right? So you're always going to want to focus on being the best coach possible, okay? The reason why a lot of people get stuck at 0 to 5K is because they always want to be a better coach, which is good. You need that. But they forget they forget how they're gonna become a better coach, which is gonna be like throughput, as in like getting clients in. Because if they can get clients in, you'll be able to have more people in the business, which means you'll be able to learn quicker because you're handling people in service. The reason why I'm so good at mentoring now compared to where I was like a year ago is because I've had more people through. And the reason why next year I'm going to be surpassing where I am now is because more people have been through our program, right? So it's like you're going to learn the most about coaching, especially fitness coaching, or any coaching really. You're going to learn the most through just dealing with fucking people, okay? So that's why I'm saying attack sales. Get people in your program immediately, because you'll learn a lot about your business, your coaching delivery. You'll learn a lot by just single focusing on sales. So content sales, content sales, content sales. Run this organically for a while. Sub 5K, you probably don't need ads. You probably don't need that. It's not to say you shouldn't do it, because obviously context matters, but 0 to 5K organically, sales, sales, sales. To get from 5 to 20, you need to rely on sales, retention, and referrals. That's kind of it. So we're now really good at sales, okay? So how the hell do we keep people in our service for longer? So let's just say, for example, at 0 to 5K a month, your retention rate was 4 months, right? Right. How do we increase that to 8? Right? So we have the throughput, we're good at sales. How do we increase it to 8? Right? And you focus on that the whole time. You'll double business if you focus on that. So you will literally go from 5K a month to 10K a month by increasing the time someone is in the business. Okay? So you need to heavily focus on retention. Not to say that you shouldn't do that at 5K, but like that's where you really, really, really focus on it. So you'll do things like exit interviews, you'll do things like exit forms, you'll get as much data from the exit process as humanly possible. So if someone leaves, you're like, why are you leaving? Tell me. Is it the app? Is it the service? Is it the check-in process? Did you get overwhelmed in the service? Was it me? Like, why are you leaving? Because you'll get a lot of data from people who are actually exiting your service. So many coaches just let a client just leave and be like, go away. But you need to learn from every client that's actually leaving you to actually improve the service. You can do something like an NPS score, by the way. So off the back of this, you can just type in NPS score, send it to all of your ex-clients, gather that data. They'll probably tell you why they left, okay? Or you'll probably get like a general theme of why someone has actually left your business, okay? So retention, really, really, really focus on that. We have something at TCT called the retention flywheel. That is effectively a combination of community building. It is a combination of gamifying. It is a mechanism that improves and increases your focus to long-term progress with your client. So really like harping on this. Trade secret again, if you want it, then you can DM us on Instagram, or there is a link in the bio. And then also referrals. Okay, so let's just say, for example, 5K a month, you're probably tracking like 40 client, maybe 30 client, 35, 40 clients, right? Let's just do that. So if every single one of your clients went and got another client, the easiest way to scale in the whole entire world, bearing in mind you've just doubled your business through retention mechanisms, the easiest lever in the whole entire world without doing more in terms of sales is retention. Now, understand, if you just have a sales process and you're just hopping on with sales, all you're doing the whole time is basically allowing, and you are trying to get as much throughput through that business as humanly possible through the pipe, right? So if you can imagine a pipe, right? But effectively, you are just allowing water to go through the pipe and then it's pissing out the back end. So you're spending all this time on trying to get a fucking client through the door, but they're just leaving, they're going, right? With referrals and retention is like putting a cap at the fucking pipe. So all this water is being held in the pipe. That's how to scale, right? You can scale just by focusing on sales, right? A lot of the people in my space, they just concentrate on sales. They don't concentrate on the product. They don't concentrate on retention. They don't concentrate on the referrals, which is why we're beating everyone right now. This is how we're scaling, right? Is because we have a really good referral system. We're really good at retaining clients and we're really good at selling, and our product is shit hot, right? So that's how to run this. You would hazard a guess at what we have at TCT. You're right, it's a fucking retention mechanism. But effectively, you need to work out how the fuck can I incentivize my current client roster to go and get another client for me. Because every single client you can get in will get another person, which means every single client you get in equals 2 instead of 1. That's how to drive business forward. Easy, right? Bear in mind, like, this is as good as a... Referrals are realistically like paid ads, right? So effectively, if your coaching service is £150 a month, cheap, but £150 a month, and you give someone £100 to go and get you another client, okay, but the client stays with you for 10 months, put bluntly, if you gave me £100 and I gave you £1,500, good deal. And that's basically what referrals are. Okay, 20k a month is basically all of that. So sales, retention, referrals. I keep looking at this, by the way, because I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. Sales, retention, referrals, upsells, cross sells. So upsells realistically it's like a higher service, so like a VIP level of service, okay, that you have within your business. It could also be like a mastermind, a fitness retreat, these things, okay. And then cross sells in your business could quite simply be like an add-on to your business, okay. So it could be like, okay, cool, like you have there's a couple of cross sells, but the one that I quite like doing is if a client wants to leave, you can give them a net offer, which would be a cross sell to allow them to stay in a business. It kind of a retention formula. It's kind of a retention principle, but in my eyes, I'd call it a cross sell. Okay, so if a client wants to leave, instead of paying $150 a month, they could pay $100. They can have a reduced level of service, but you've retained and you maintained the revenue marker. You've only lost £50 a month. Okay, and you could also do this at like, I don't know, £50 a month, whatever you want to do. The only thing that I would say, if you want to go from like 20k a month all the way up to like 100k a month, 200k a month, is you're going to really have to incentivize AOV and you have to incentivize LTV. So AOV, the amount you actually get in the front end of a sale, and also LTV, how much is a customer worth to you long term? Because effectively, to go from, let's just play this out, to go from 20k a month to 50 grand a month, if your AOV is 2 times and your LTV is 2 times, that's it. You've done. Without doing anything else. A lot of people, when they get to like 20k a month and they try to go up to like 50k a month, it's always like more sales. It's like, no, it's the same amount of sales, but you need to increase AOV and LTV. Okay? And also, you need a fucking team. So many mentors are like, you can do this yourself. You don't need a big team. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Most coaches that I work with at that level do not want to spend 60, 70, 80 hours a week doing everything themselves. The content, the sales process, the sales call, the onboarding process, the coaching, like they can't do it. I've done it. It fucking sucks, okay? And every single coach or mentor right now who is saying don't do it sucks at being a leader in terms of like building a team. At TCT, we have a fucking awesome team, like genuinely awesome. Now we have days where we want to kill it, like we want to kill each other, right? But at the end of the day, like the reason why TCT is scaling right now is because of team, it's because of culture, it's because of unity, it's because we all want the same thing, okay? And if you can create and build an epic team alone, that will get you from 20 to 200k like that without doing anything else that I've just mentioned. If you have a team and you structure it correctly and you build the culture and you hammer it home, you'll scale so fucking quick, it's unreal. Because yes, you can do this all on your own, 100%, right? But you're probably like me, where I love coaching. I am really passionate about coaching. I don't want to stand there or sit here and edit my own content, to write my own emails, I quite like running my own ads, that's something that I do like doing, to take my own sales calls, right? Like, I can't do everything in terms of customer support, right? So we have a team of 8 right now at TCT. Everyone thinks this is just me. It's not. I won't share this news yet. I'll wait. I'll wait for the person to actually share it first. But I cannot scale this business right now to where it is right now. I cannot scale this business without those key players. Again, everyone thinks that like, oh, you can do this yourself. You can. 1, it's super fun with a team. 2, this team can genuinely take us, without any added nuts and bolts, can genuinely take us to about $1 million a month. My goal is $1 million a month, okay? We have the team to go and do that. I don't need to hire anyone else, right? But with the sales cycle, we've got that nailed. The retention cycle, we've got that nailed. The referral cycle, we've got that nailed. Upsell cycle, we've got that nailed. And then cross-sells, we have that nailed as well. The only thing we need to do is just keep increasing AOV and LTV, and we're absolutely fine. We'll get to that mark, right? With your situation, okay, if you are at 20k a month right now, AOV, LTV, and team, who can I hire right now? Whether that's a second coach, whether that's a videographer, whether that's a editor, whether that's a DM setter. What can you do right now to further elevate your business and take you back into a position where you're great at normally coaching? Okay. That's going to scale to 20K plus a month. So to attack this again, 0 to 5K, just concentrate on sales. 5 to 20K, sales, retention, and referrals. Anything past that, bolt on cross sales and upsells, and then heavily focus on AOV, LTV, team. If you take this video away, if you're like, I'm going to nail and execute this, you'll genuinely, hand on heart, you'll genuinely scale to 20K months plus 50K months. You'll genuinely increase that, okay, the whole time. Now to go execute. Don't just watch a video. Go and execute.